well. Just gonna trade them back and forth a little bit.
The spirit team has captured a well.
Yanni finished
Finished
up that vengeance. Gonna be doing a lot of that on hit damage.
Saddle up. Hammer down.
Spirit side kind of positioning. They saw that mortal was there. They're kind of gonna try and make something happen or counterplay. Saw they're getting some more wards out around Para.
Stop! Don't push too fast.
Putting ashore for a spell.
The mortal team has captured a well.
Spirit was waiting to see if anything was gonna happen, if they'd see somebody out so they could try and catch somebody on mortal. Donlu being pretty far up. Pretty safe, especially with that flashback. And we can see right at this point in the game, like we're in the mid game, Spirit side is gonna be walking all around. You know, making sure that they're gonna group up. They wanna get those team fights out. They wanna get the picks onto those carries. Mortal pinging out where Nissa.
Pets are not approved.
Spirit might just give this Para, if they even know it's happening. They might suspect something's up. They don't have any wards on it. Mortal side picking up this parasite, level 2.
Team has slain the parasite.
Picking up that nice buff.
Hammer down.
Tyler trying to get as much as he can out of that well before having to leave. Yanni just coming up, say hi. Not really doing anything else. Waiting to get a pick out. That duress goes down on Barry. Donlu jumps in, flashback, access memories, comes back out. Wow, we got mortal side flying, trying to go for the siege. And he's just sitting on the side, poking about. While the rest of mortal side is coming in. Barry getting that nightmares off. Nicken going deep, going on to Barry. Barry's gonna drop. We're gonna see Shivy. Shivy's still living. Luke on his.
Mortal double kill.
Going for that dive. It looks like we got a 5 for O.
Killing spree.
And this is gonna be some free objectives for mortal side. We're looking at possibly a few bindings.
My cloud.
Just gotta see what they're doing. Crisis pushing out this bottom binding wall. We've got Myeonhee pushing out that top one.
A spirit binding has been destroyed.
I've got this. Pull it down.
Ping's going out for armor buffs or bindings. Looks like Nicken's right on top of. Gonna tank it for a bit with all that armor. Having that underdog passive proc.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Sorry,
Whole place burned down. Sorry to say that.
like running to get back here in time. But sometimes you gotta pay the bills. You know what I mean?
To give you a heads up, Mortal side took Parasite, managed to win a fight 5-0.
And is now up 13-2 in kills, it seems. So Mortal side doing very nice work here. Myeonhee 2-0 and 8, got that duress and vengeance. Crisis with dominance and ambition. Nicken just getting more and more tanky with that devotion. Look at me now has the judgment, destruction, and oppression. Donlu with decay. Ambition and a potency. Ooh, lightning strikes. Spirit side, Shivy's got the Ambition, Ruin, and Judgment. Toddler going with Ambition, Stability to go along with his form. Gatsby's got Pestilence, working on maybe a rebirth. Freezy has Ambition and Pain. Barry with Prosperity and Duress.
The spirit team has captured a well.
Mortal team looking pretty big right now. Parabuff coming off of them, so they're not super crazy, but being down 11 kills definitely hurts.
Spirit side sticking together now, maybe not wanting to get picked off by that Faris or Kindra.
Heads up.
Biding their time. Barry gets caught out with a Duress proc, but not enough for Mortal to collapse fully. Dawnlu lurking in the bushes just south of the binding. Yane doing everything he can with that Duress, locking everyone down underneath.
Price is doing a lot of damage, having at least those 3 core items, the Ambition, Dominance, Ruin. Gives him enough haste, enough the Ruin pass, and giving him a little bit more damage towards those tankier people like Toddler and Gatsby.
Maybe looking to get Parasite. Maybe spawning soon. They're positioned for it, and there it is. They're going to go right in on that Tier 3 Parasite, looking to get those Striders to help them close out this game, help crack those last Tier 3 bindings, and open up a way into the base. They try to stop Petrus from coming in for a steal. Nice job of deterring him from that.
Mortal side is sitting pretty fat right here.
Yeah, they are fat and sassy.
Looks like Crisis going back, finishing out that pain and getting that motion. I've seen this quite a bit on Crisis, where he'll get Impulse.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, it's a very interesting choice, because like whenever anybody tries to jump on you, you just impulse backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So like they don't have too many people who can just jump onto somebody. The only one who's really going to initiate is that Petrus with that Force Slam. But then at the same time, the Force Slam doesn't have too big of a range, so he's always, if he positions correctly, he will always be in a good spot. Plus the movement speed is actually very nice, especially on a shaper that most of your positioning will make or break games and team fights.
I mean, and it supplements the kit well because he already has the built-in escape. With Progress Gate, it gives him another kind of trump card to get himself out of a potentially bad situation.
It's always nice to have a couple aces up your sleeve.
That's right. Spirit side just trying to hold on here and force Mortal into a poor choice of engage underneath the binding, but this bottom binding is going to fall. They are now into the base. Now they're going to look to maybe take out the top binding.
They can probably forgetting which side of what team he's on. Let's jump back over with his teammates. Dawnlu kind of getting caught out with the Force Slam.
Nicken goes in and just tanks as much as he can. The Heavy Iron comes in as the binding falls, maybe so they can give chase. They catch Toddler out, pick him off. Nicken is now in there in the thick of it along with Luke. Nicken still alive, looking on the outskirts. Maybe they're just going to focus on this core. Spirit side seems to be giving up the goat here, so to speak. Not much they can do to stave off this advance. They don't have quite the front line. Look at all the damage Luke can lay down. Follow-up from the rest of Mortal. That's going to be the annihilation. Mortal side is going to take this game.
Player is relentless. A mortal player is relentless.
GG.
The spirit team has
GG indeed.
The spirit team has been annihilated.
Annihilated. All right, so well fought by both teams. I think maybe where Spirit went wrong is they didn't really have the most ideal composition for this matchup. Just really lacking that magic damage, and it just allowed Nicken to be a really big bully and just, you know, kind of be an unkillable wall of Basco for in the mid game there. Once he got that integrity, it was just really tough to make any damage stick to him. So a nice job of him. I mean, 3-0-12 after being DC'd for the first 2 minutes or so in the middle of the early game there. So nice job of him to come back, and they wanted a remake. See, we didn't need no stinking remake.
Who wants that? What I like too is that he ended up getting that preservation, so he would still he still got a little bit more power, but also tankier, as it just kept going on. And then the devotion also helped. Devotion is a fantastic item. I love to get devotion, especially on the tankier guys. Here and there you'll see on Spirit side, Gatsby opted for the pestilence because Barry was going for the prosperity duress instead of instead of going for a pestilence. There's a lot of little bits here and there that you need to kind of communicate with your team, what's your who's getting which aura items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want overlap with those aura items. It doesn't really do the team a whole lot of good. All right, everybody is here. Yeah, are you here, Jimber?
Oh, I don't think I'm in the game.
I think you can join as spectator somehow.
Let's see.
There you are.
There we go. Okay, cool.
See if it later or Ghosty or Dragon wants in. Daga. Scrag. Oatsy. Everybody else seems to be in games on their own. Still have a spot open here. One more bozo.
Just one.
Just one bozo. Bozos, please. There we go. I think we got another member of the hype train. There we go.
Choo choo.
Always changing his name, that Captain Romantic.
What a guy.
What a guy. Shows up on the friends list as just a trash can, shows up in game as Captain Romantic. So. All right.
I believe it is your pick, good sir.
Okay. Gotta ride with the Dawn. No, actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take Evaniscus. Nothing against Donlu, but
well, I'm gonna pick Donlu.
You can take Donlu.
Donlu has been a steady factor.
He's
in
a stud.
All of these. He's a that stud.
He's got good breeding stock, that Donlu. I'm gonna take City with my next pick.
I'm gonna take Shivy.
Shivy and City. I'll take Luke for 3.
I'll take Captain Romantic.
I will take Gatsby for number 4.
I just saw that. I was just like, dang it. Gatsby was still free. I'll go ahead and take Miani.
All right. I'll take Nicken. You can take Barry.
Sounds good.
And we are good to go.
So what does that put us at for which side won?
Hmm?
So what does that put us at? Am I?
I don't know. I think you're 3-0 right now.
No,
maybe
no,
I
I
won
lost.
one.
I lost one.
So you're 2-1. I don't keep track of wins and losses. This is all for fun. We're not trying to.
Okay.
We're not trying to win any awards here, Jimber. But
Look,
if you want to
maybe
keep
I
track,
wanna be
that's
the-
on you, bro.
Maybe I want to be the king of the bozos, but I think you're already that. So
Self-appointed, so it's got no legal binding. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll get knighted.
I'll give you just like this certificate. This is king of the bozos.
If Waystone endorses it, I will gladly wear that crown. I wear it of my own free will at the moment, but
Just you wait. I'll get it all signed and everything. It'll be legit.
exciting stuff. So, Donlu on Jungle Cerulean, a little different, little off-meta pick. Still a very effective jungler. Shivy got that Varian, Barry got that Dibs, Miane on Sakari, Romantic on Mina, Gatsby on Tess, City on Salas, Nicken on Mikella, Luke sticking with Kindra, Evaniscus, running that Tactician Zalgus that he loves so much.
We're seeing a lot more of a squishier team comp from both teams too. Like save for City on Salas and Don Lu on Cerulean.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see City the other night was just a real terror in these in-houses, just playing out of his mind on jungle. So Salas was one of the ones he was the most effective with. So I'll be interested to see how City fares in this game. He's a very strong jungler, a lot of skill coming out of both of these junglers, Donlu and City. So
This is gonna be fun.
Pretty standard items coming from Spirit side. The 3 lives, armor for the jungler, and hunger for the range carry. Evaniscus still sitting in base, hasn't mopped yet.
Those creepy little guys
I just
come
forgot
out
that
in
you can
30
move around your
seconds.
spells. That's super. I forgot about that. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
it's awesome. I love being able to put Blink on F.
I always whenever I level up some of my spells, the game changes so often. So like when I've got my spells all keyed to my mouse buttons. So I'll get something if I absolutely need it. But I like having my Tailwind as my middle spell.
Ew, I bet they have gross, drippy tentacles behind the masks.
Little positioning, little posturing for the Spirit side. Taking over the middle of the map in the early goings.
I like the wards coming out on Spirit side. They've got one on the haste, one on that brush that you can see them coming in and out of it, as well as that power warded.
Obey.
Seeing, poking about, seeing who you can poke here and there. Bot lane trying to get their spells out. Got all the mages down there, all the AD up top.
Funny how that works out.
Right?
Ooh, Evaniscus got to be careful. Those Ice Lances are going to start to sting if he eats too many of them. You don't want Miane to land, 5-6 stacks, then ding level 2, and then bust out that shatter. It could be an early first blood if he lets Akari pull those kind of tricks on you. I'm a big fan of the Gladiator Dibs. It gives you a lot of versatility in your lane. He's a very good farmer when you let him get a good amount of Vim going, he can really start. He's got some great power ratios, and he can really start doing some big hurts on those nightmares. So
They say he's a support, but he's definitely a mage in my eyes.
yeah,
Like there's a few times where I'll actually go ahead and build a little bit more of like supporty type things. But there are different playstyles, because you could be the reverie tank and just fly in, and then everyone's like, oh god, it's a dibs, kill it with fire.
look at all these auras.
All of these auras, and then you don't die because you're building tank. That's kind of the way I like to build my Mina, is a little like a lot tankier, because you're gonna key to the heart and jump in and get that fear. You don't have a way out except for blowing some of your spells, which is, you know, you go in like every 20 seconds versus and trying to get out using your spells, which, you know, upwards of 5
Barry
minutes.
gets chained underneath the binding and eats a shot for it.
Gatsby and Nicken doing a good job of poking Shivy and Romantic. Romantic sitting at about half health.
Yeah, kind of seeing the thing that, you know, we talked about in some of those other games where it's like, you know, one lane for each side. It seems to be the dominating lane. Right now, Mortal side has control over top, while Spirit looks to have a good handle on bottom. So
And we can see City having a little bit more
maybe a
of a
rotate
level advantage.
towards Money Pig. City looks like he might catch Miyane out here. The Dream Wrap comes down. He's got Spirit Seals working, taking a lot of damage. Try to wall him off. Dalnu is here as well. Tess trying to catch Miyane here. Dalnu is giving chase from behind. They can't. They got to be a little careful. Is Miyane caught out? Miyane is going to drop. City gets first blood. Nice roam from Tess to come all the way down from the top lane to the bottom of the Money Pigs, and that's just, I mean, that's just shows the incredible ground Tess can cover on when she uses her mount up and gets on that hover cycle, if you will.
And also, like, to note, Gatsby's also running 5% move speed on his loadout. Like, he's got Warden, 39.2 health, 2 haste, 1.5 health regen, and the 5 move speed. That's gonna help. That's gonna help, you know, really go wherever she wants, whenever she wants.
She gets so fast. She gets such a move speed bonus from her mount up that the percentage of the move speed from the loadout is going to pay more dividends on her than it will on another Shaper without a move speed steroid, so to speak, which is pretty much what her W is, as well as, you know, gives the empowered abilities after you've been riding for the certain amount of time.
What I like too is Gatsby picked up that Pride really early, because Pride, as we've like, if you've ever watched the either Battle in the bot lane or the Best Shaper Worlds, Pride is an amazing lane item. It's the amount of auto attacks that each side does in lane that's most where your damage comes from. And then on top of that, have that ticking, like, burning constantly. It's just going to keep your DPS up.
Nice chain from Evaniscus. He is really, really poked with those chains. Shivy gets caught out by City with a nice gank. Is City going to be able to pick him up? No, he's not. Cerulean flips him back, and Varian blinks away. That
Shivy
flip
doing a
can
good
be
job.
used offensively and defensively on Cerulean. You can use the flip to flip someone back to your team or flip them away from your squishy carries. So, nice job of Dalnu to use it defensively there.
Bot lane tried to go a little aggressive as they saw that happening up top, but then they also, you know, the Mortal side did a good job of just kind of backing up, letting Barry and Miyane just do their thing, use their abilities, and then come back in to get that CS.
Beat down.
Evaniscus getting, that Nightmare proc doing a good bit of damage. If he had a few more Shatter stacks on him, or a few more, oh god, what are the actual stacks called? I don't remember, but Gatsby comes flying in on that motorcycle, drops down the heavy iron. Luke looking to pick up a kill. He picks up one. He's going to continue on to Barry. I don't think so.
Didn't need them all.
It's stacks of Frozen.
No, the Frozen stacks. If he had a few more, that Shatter might have killed Evaniscus, but another great roam from Gatsby.
Chibi and Romantic trying to pull some stuff. There's the wards in both of those bushes doing a great job. Just revealing where they are at so they're aware of the movements.
A moment of caution is worth an hour of combat. I shall illuminate you.
Spreading canvas.
Take a quick look at the items to see what people are getting. Dalnu with the early motion. Shivi's got his desire. Miane's got the purity. Other items to note on Mortal is Nicken already finishes his ambition. Gatsby has the pride we talked about earlier and the clarity, working on that duress. City's got the form.
Where they get to? Wait.
I've seen a lot of ceruleans, like whether or not they're in the jungle or if they're glad or tack. I've seen a lot of them.
There's the Shore's calling and the flip back onto Nicken. He used the waltz already, but it wasn't going to be enough to get away. He tried to blink, but the dots from Shivy were enough to pick him up. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, Evaniscus picks up a kill with a final chapter with help from City.
Top lane pulling out that damage, just wailing
Dalnu
on.
there, flips Gatsby back. He's forced to blink out. Key to the Heart does get the fear. Now they're going to finish this fight under the binding, and Romantic picks up the kill. Poor decision of Tess to hang out there while there were 3 members of the Spirit side lurking with the bloodlust fully in their eyes, and they went for it and they got it.
I know your fate.
City taking Donlu's armor, trying to pick up that Ugger buff.
It's all so simple.
There were more of
See
them.
some more of the items coming out here. Luke picks up the early oppression to deal with that double magic lane. Great item for Kindra overall, and a great item for the lane she is up against. Dalnu now has a discipline to go along with that motion, and everyone else pretty much the same thing. So working towards those tier 3 items, not quite there yet. We're going to start transitioning into the mid game here pretty soon. But these bindings are still relatively healthy, so usually we don't start seeing the big roams. I mean, Gatsby's done a great job of roaming so far in this game, but not until the bindings start to fall do we really start to see the team starting to clump together and start to look to make those picks and make those plays. Here is the Shore's calling once again, along with the impaled. Nicken uses waltz, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The anchor comes down from Gatsby, but it's just too much.
Expect Shaper soon. Love.
Dalnu making the plays.
Making the plays.
Now
sure.
City is back in it on the bottom lane, chasing down Miane, gets him with the Spirit Seals. Will they continue on to Barry? But Dalnu's coming in support, and then he's got friends with him, so Mortal's got to get out of dodge, with City kind of getting baited in by the low health Dalnu. Mina comes in with Key to the Heart, but the Blitz is going to allow City to escape to the safety of his team.
WFO.
I'll just leave this here.
Moloside doing a good job of picking on Mianhe on the Sakari. While Sakari's a great Schaefer and has amazing peel and can push back, especially with that ice wall. But I still always find it necessary to pick a defensive first spell instead of that Wither. I don't think that Wither it hasn't been helping Miane out too well.
Well, it's just kind of funny because Dalnu is focusing up on the top lane where City seems to be now focused on the bottom lane. They keep killing Nicken up top, but they keep killing Miane down bottom. The difference is, by killing Nicken, he's Gladiator, so he misses out on more when he's dead than Miane will on Tactician. Nicken also a little more farm dependent on Mikella, just in the fact that Sakari gets a lot of utility with her kit. Mikella really needs to get some items to really start making her kit do damage and really start bringing the hurt. Now City lurking in the top lane. Dalnu down in the bottom right of the map, so he's not close for a counter gang. He's going to get spotted out on that ward going to money picks, though.
Losers.
I like how they're trying this lane swap. I'm not sure how well it will work. But it might turn out for the better. Because I don't know if I like
Anyone
that
see them?
Varian Mina versus versus Azalga's Kindra.
Well, I think they're just
Especially
trying to
fed ones.
avoid City
Did someone
from constantly
die in my
feasting
room?
on the bottom lane. They realized they were doing okay in top lane. They're a little, you know, Nikin and Gatsby were a little behind, so to speak. So they figured that it'd be safer just by virtue of where they are in the game. All things equal, I agree with you. I don't think it's a good swap. It's very rare to see lane swaps this kind of late in the game as well, but we'll see how it plays out here as everyone's pretty bunched up here at the top of the map. The only one not within the vicinity is City, but he looks to be joining the fight any minute here.
I would have liked to have seen that lane swap a little bit earlier. Just kind of show a little bit more insight that, like, what was going on with those lanes.
All connected.
Or at least I've seen bot lane for Spirit side play a little bit safer. Because if you look at it, like, Nikin's only died twice compared to Miani's 4 times. And they have gotten Gapsy one other time. But they're doing a better job of keeping them off.
First binding goes down, Mortal side takes it.
Evanisticus having that duress is going to be really helpful. Getting all those picks off. Not too many high damage items coming out from either team. Most of them do have a little bit of bulk to them.
A moment of caution is worth an hour of combat.
Mortal side looking to pressure top a little bit more. Wells will open up here in about 10 seconds. So maybe looking to four-man rush that top well and grab it. And City down in the bottom lane, pushing it out on his own, looking to join this fight. Cerulean goes in. Evaniscus is forced to blink. The heavy iron comes down, but it's a little late. The duress trying to slow people. Evaniscus gets walled off. I don't think he's going to get away here. He drops the Captain Romantic. Sakari trying to wall off more people. Drops a beautiful avalanche onto Nikin and Lukemi now, but Nikin gets flipped back and killed. Luke gets away. Gatsby now gets slowed, also forced to blink away. Really nice use, Miane there, of that beautiful avalanche, getting 2 people. A nice rotation from Spirit side.
What I
Now
liked
maybe they'll
about
get a Parasite for it.
What I liked about that avalanche too was, like, it was just set up enough so that he could burst down like the other shapers. Like, it was beautifully done.
Oh, Barry may be caught out here, but Salas doesn't get a great bounce. Dream Wrap lets Dibs move a lot faster, but the duress proc again stops him. But Reverie, he's gonna fly to safety.
There in your mind.
Fly all the way down to help push out that objective, which is
All
part of the reason
planned,
why
right, Barry?
A mortal binding
it's
crumble,
super good.
like pie crust. I
That's
like
the value of
pies,
the
and I
Dibs
bet you
split
like
push,
pie.
though. It's if he has his ultimate up, it is kind of a way for him to escape a situation that could go really bad for him. So a nice job of Dibs.
I choose you.
That will advance.
And we see
our
Gatsby taking that
cause.
north well, trying to keep that Vim flow like tilting towards that mortal team.
Wake up! The mortal team got a well.
Barry gets caught out with the duress and the backdraft from Gatsby, but City wasn't in a great position there. He gets flipped back by Dawnlow. He's gonna try and do what he can, but Key to the Heart comes in, he gets feared, and he's going to drop.
From Zeri. Expect Shaper soon.
So a little sloppy of an engage by Mortal side there, and now Spirit looked to be collapsing on this bottom lane. Evaniscus is in trouble where he is at. So that was him. I just start recalling now. Luke gets initiated on and flipped back, severed ties, uses Nox Eterna to try to get to the back line, but there's just not in position to do anything, Spirit side. They've got to continue to run. The heavy iron drops, slowing the pursuit of Cerulean and Mina. So a nice job of Gatsby to save Nikin, but Spirit side looks to now get a Parasite for their troubles. Jungler is dead, so I don't have to worry about the Vanquish steal. Evaniscus and Nikin looking to do what they can. They take the focus off of Parasite and onto the members of the Mortal side. The Chaos Shell comes down. It is ticking away. Evaniscus has got nowhere to run. Nikin falls. Evaniscus falls. Now Gatsby is the only one left. Salus has respawned, but for all intents and purposes, that was an annihilation for the Spirit side. A little delayed,
Spirit Shaper, right?
but they're really starting to get strong here. Now they go back.
City's still sitting in base. He won't be able to contest this Parasite.
The Spirit team killed the gross thing. I am up. Open your heart.
Bring it down.
Pings go out to take that top binding. Kind of even out the objectives a little bit. Still down a well, but they did end up taking Para, which is huge. Kendra coming up to try and do something, maybe at least
Immortal binding.
get that farm. Shivy is super fed. He's 5-0 and 5 with 144 farms, so he's a little bit behind on versus Luke, but he does have all those like on CS, but he does have those kills and he has not died just yet.
Invincible.
Finished up the Ambition, Ruin, and Pain.
Open your heart.
Whereas Nick and his counterpart only got that Ambition and Pain.
We're doing it all wrong.
Yeah, Nikin's had a rough go of it this game so far. Dawnlu making doing a really nice job camping up top lane and just getting multiple kills on Nikin, who yeah, now you're starting to see the economy advantage really swinging in Spirit side's favor. Shivy with that entire ruin up on Nikin. That is a huge difference. I mean, granted, Shivy's 505, Nikin's 040. But that's just kind of the thing. Miyane was the focus of City, and as you can see, he's 046, but he does have a devotion, he does have discipline. Those are the, it's not quite as important for Sakari to itemize as fast as Mikella needs to. So a good job of taking out the priority targets so far for the Spirit side.
Especially since with Miyane on Sakari, Sakari doesn't do. Like, Sakari does have power, like some pretty good power ratios, but like most of her damage comes from the innate skill damage. And how many stacks of Frozen you can get with your Ice Lance, and making sure you can hit those shatters right when you can. And that's why he's still doing really well in it, even though he is 0-4 and 6.
Dawnlu's now got a fluidity to go with a subjugation and working on a rebirth as well. So, I mean, you can just see his base move speed is now 500, so it's going to be tough to get away from that Cerulean if he's got you in his sights.
Especially since he doesn't collide with anything. So he's just going to be going through minions, go through all of his other shapers, like his teammates, your teammates.
Take a look.
Looking to capture this south well here.
Look at those nails. Do you ever One well goes to the
Looks like
Spirit
City
team.
came back. Looks like he was disconnected for a bit.
Excuse for sweat.
I can't fault him. I had to step away from the game for a few minutes. Things happen in real life. We all wish we could just sit here and focus on Dawngate constantly, but
Emergencies happen.
that
Rent needs
damn
to get
real
paid.
world trying to hold me down.
Hammer down.
Mortal side just putting down a couple more wards. They don't have too much wards. Both teams.
I'll knock it over.
I know just where they.
Pings go out for bottom binding.
Take on.
Just trying to see if they can siege up this binding. Make sure, get a little bit more objectives while they are ahead.
How interesting.
Saddle up.
Looks to be an engage onto Captain Romantic down here. Will City recast his judgment? I don't think they have the position for it. He gets initiated on with Shore's calling and flip back, and he's going to drop. Shivy picks up another kill. Dalnu blinks in onto Tess and Nicken. They blink away. Nicken now caught out again. He gets flipped. They have no answer. They have nothing to... They lack the front line, and they're not catching people out with their abilities enough to prevent the frontline blitz from Cerulean. And City having to go AFK for a bit there. You know, not quite as ahead as he once was earlier on.
And you can see now that Romantic's gotten a lot tankier, so he can just jump out. And if, like, take the bait from Mortal side, if they spend too much on him, you can see that Spirit side is just going to come in and sweep up.
I wonder if Nicken keeps typing 9 because he plans on dying 9 times. And every time he dies, he's just like, yep, one step closer to 9. All kidding aside, Spirit side here, going to take another Parasite and look to snowball this even further. It's going to be really tough for Mortal to come back now.
Yeah, they do have...
They just keep falling into these engages that just aren't favorable for them. I don't think they've had one real favorable engage since the lane phase when they were roaming very effectively. It's just...
We're all connected.
It seems like once Miani hit 4 deaths, the whole team just clicked and turned it on, because it was 4-3, and now they've gotten the 9 kills in a row.
Oh, his mouse is broken. So blame it on the equipment. But Nicken having a tough time, a tough go at it this game.
There in your mind.
Mortal looking to maybe catch a pick somewhere, but they walk through a ward at that haste buff brush, and ooh, is that a tailwind I saw? I don't know. Looked like they maybe were going in. Miani gets caught out. City follows up with a nice ultimate. Here's the Heavy Iron in the final chapter, and the Avalanche, and the Reverie. Everyone's using their ultimates. Luke trying to get to the back line, trying to get the resets on Barry, but Dalnu with a nice Shore's calling saves his teammate. Cerulean, such a bro.
Helping out all of his friends.
Helping out that little Hootan Dibs. Captain Romantic, very tanky now with that resolve, you see. Doing all the work. A nice chain from Evaniscus to prevent Dalnu from picking someone else out. But the key to the heart just misses. Evaniscus will escape.
Spirit side is just putting up a lot of pressure, trying to get this tier 3.
Invincible.
Shivy goes aggressive with the progress gate, blinks past with the blitz, takes out Evaniscus. Now changes his focus on the Nicken, who tries to blink away. Gatsby slows him down with a duress, but Shore's calling will get Gatsby's killed. And now Mortal side doesn't have much left to do. I think they're just going to surrender, call this one a GG. Maybe not. If no one else votes, it will be GG.
If they're thinking about it.
They're thinking, hey, maybe we can catch someone out here.
And that's...
There it is.
There we go. That was the power difference, too, between... Like, if you saw, Nicken only had the Pain and the Ambition, whereas Shivy had Ruin and a Dominance all over him.
Yeah.
Those crits.
I mean, it's good to gank and it's good to get kills, but you know, if you're trading ganks top and bottom and they keep killing your gladiator and you keep killing the tactician, you know, that effect will be seen later on in these games. I really wish I could get Destiny for doing this, because so sad. I'm like sitting at 1600. I've been like waiting to get 1800 so I can buy somebody new, and I just been casting so much, barely been playing. I played a little bit last night, but
I just need Ronin, and I got all.
I know. I want to get him. I want to play that stupid otter.
I got everybody else, and I'm just like, please.
All right, game is up.
JimbrJangrs is gonna be on mortal side. Getting players in. Von Lucen saying last game for him.
Let's see who else. Oh, Corruption is on. Let's get him in here if he's available. We'll get this bozo in here if he wants. Oh, 4 more spots to fill up here. Couple people are. Oh. Couple more people in the chats joining. Prime Knight and Sea Turtle. Good to see these guys.
I haven't seen Sea Turtle in a while.
Yeah, he came back not too long ago. I think he came in one of these in-houses before. Still with 2 spots to fill.
Romantic, just as surprised as I am to see Turtle.
Try and get the guys who are in queue. Yeah, Crucial Master
Oh.
G looks like he's gonna come, and we'll have full teams. All right,
It is your pick, sir.
it is
You
my
get to-
pick.
You get to choose. It is.
Please,
3
Dawn Lu, I need to win a game. Please, Dawn Lu, carry me to the promised land.
All right. I'm going to. Ooh, I'm gonna pick Fat Sea Turtle.
Oh, all right.
He's been out, but you know, I've got good expectations.
I will take another member of the base team. I'm gonna take Ghosty.
I'm gonna pick up Prime Knight. Bring that back.
Jersey Strong, Prime Knight. I'm going to take another member of Team Based. I'm stacking the Based boys together, hoping for the synergy. I'll take Shivy.
I'm gonna pick up Gatsby. He's been doing really well throughout all these games.
I will take Crucial.
I'll go ahead and take Romantic.
All right. I'll leave Mianhe there.
All right.
Looks like you're going to get Rapier, so we are good to go. Please, for the love of God, bring me victory.
Twerp really wants to win. Coming out
Got to
from
get them
chat.
try-hard pants on.
see if we can even this one up.
See, the other thing that happens when you get a lot of people who are on the same team together is sometimes they like to have a little too much fun. It happened last night in solo queue. I queued up with, I solo queued into the three members of SG, and they were just having so much fun they wanted to lose the game, and it made for a very bad thing for me. Let's go into the client. Dawn Lu going back to Faris. Crucial Master G doing Zalgus, but choosing to go Gladiator. You don't see it too often, but I still like it. Ghosty on Amaranth. Shivy on Kenzu. Miane on King.
I like it more than I like the tact. I can see how tact is very good.
Yeah, Evaniscus really is the big Zalgus tact player, but I agree with you. I think Zalgus needs to go full damage, be that giant, you know, that rocket launcher that he can really be, and just throw down all that hurt as quickly as possible. I don't love the Prosperity Duress pickup on him, but Evaniscus, obviously a really good player, so he can make it work. But yeah, I still favor the Gladiator Zalgus.
All right, Mortal Team got Don Lu on Mara.
Mara.
Crucial Master G on Zalgus. We got Ghosty on Amaranth, and Shivi on Kensu, and Miani on Calm. And for Spirit side, we got Prime Knight on Mikella, Fat Sea Turtle on Salus, Gatsby going Reyna, bringing back the old ones, Romantic on Ashabel, and Rapier X on Sakari.
Here we go.
The Dawn Gate.
Time to hit smart camera. Gonna watch all this good stuff.
We made a really nice use of Reyna in a couple in-houses before. Reyna and Renzo is shapers of choice these days. Still super effective on Reyna in the same way that he is on
30
Renzo.
seconds until minions spawn.
The only thing I'm worried about Reyna is because with the Reyna pick, Reyna is very much like a mid to late game shaper. Her early game is pretty lacking. Oh,
We lost one.
This will tax you. Consume. I require
Looks like he'll be
Prime Knight
coming back.
taking a lot of her ass.
fly.
Minions have spawned.
A brief intermezzo.
It's because you have to invest so heavily on your E early game that you get pretty squishy on Reyna.
He does max his W second. He has in the previous in-houses, but
That Bastion of the North is so good at reducing the damage. Sometimes, and it also does increase the damage done to that target, which is super cool.
I keep the change.
Shivy taking a lot of damage here early on. Gotta be careful.
Don Lu's starting haste. Gonna see an invade from one of the sides.
We talked about this the other day, but starting haste on Mara actually makes a lot of sense. If it's the same thing Don Lu ran the other day, let me take a look. Yeah, he's got the percentage and duelist, so the haste is going to synergize really nice with his duelist. And Mara's '1 way of clearing in the jungle is with auto attacks. So if you're auto attacking faster, that means you're clearing faster. So I enjoy the merits of a haste start on specific shapers, and Mara's one of them.
I can see it working because she does have, like, once she hits level 2, she does have that sustain from those trees. The Tree of Lives. He's coming in, and we're seeing Fat Sea Turtle come up for that power as well.
Prime Knight eats a Tidal Prison and a Feeding Frenzy. Now Don Lu looking to engage, goes down the Bamboo Crush, but Fat Sea Turtle is here. But the fish camp got aggroed, and the judgment brought him to the minions as opposed to the shapers.
That fish camp has no idea what's going on. Going back between mortal or spirit, doesn't know what side he's on.
Fish camp ain't care. Alright, so now Turtle's gonna do his power buff. Are they gonna continue to fight for it though? It looks like they are. Keeping the camera up there while this happens, but Rapier gets engaged on eats the bubble combo. Now Don Lu chasing onto Turtle. Turtle gets the buff, but Don Lu gets very low in the process. They are poking back and forth. Rapier eats a kill shot. If she get the Feeding Frenzy, maybe. Oh, Turtle in from behind. Picks up Don Lu in first blood. Prime Knight gets blinked on by Shivy. Shivy picks it up. Turtle changes his attention onto Ghosty. Who's going to drop? They level up to get a little bit of health back. Ghosty leveling up, uses Wave Rider to escape. And Turtle picks up Shivy, and Ghosty blinks with Feeding Frenzy to pick that up. Oh my god, it was like absolute chaos up there at that buff.
That was crazy. I was a little surprised because like Sea Turtle missed his smite or the vanquish, and Donlu didn't opt to vanquish after that, and that allowed Sea Turtle to just grab his power and secure it. Gatsby did a good job of baiting Miani into that unleash from Captain Romantic. Just going in with the repelling strike and then backing up.
Uh-oh, Ghosty. Oh, Rapier missed his Ice Lance. If he was able to keep those stacks up, Ghosty could have been in big trouble there.
I keep the change.
How interesting.
Tempest. Sing. Vapor.
Both the junglers still level 4.
Breathe.
Sea Turtle has a little bit more XP, but that might change as soon as going in on Shivy.
A mortal player.
Shivy will drop.
You must improve yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Letter.
It's literally like as soon as I decide to look at something off screen or so, like, that's when something's gonna happen. So sorry for missing that kill. Captain Romantic getting a little low here. He's got to be careful. They don't have vision of the bush. They don't see Mianhe. All right, so Gatsby throws down his ward, so the king can't surprise anyone popping out of that bush.
Romantic taking a lot of damage. Opting to go back.
Uh-oh, things are happening. Ghosty gets caught out in the bush, face checking. Not wise. Rapier picks it up with the shatter. It's almost like when there are shapers in the bush, there's a magnetic force that draws you there. That you're like, I feel the need to walk in this bush because I feel like someone's in here. And then you get proven right, which is nice and all, but you just die to prove that point.
Just a little upset that you were right because you really wanted to be wrong.
Yeah.
Watch out, gang.
It's all
Prime Knight out CSing Shivy up in top lane. Although Shivy does have the 2 kills, Prime Knight does have 4 assists.
Prime Knight and Turtle formerly on a team together, so seeing that familiarity working out with one another. But Based has 3 members of the current team on one side here, so they don't seem to be using it to their advantage quite yet. But still a lot of game left to play, still very even in the early goings.
Spirit side is all of them got 6 just right now. Whereas Mortal side's still waiting on Ghosty and Shivy to hit 6 in that top lane.
Where has the wind gone?
Mianhe and Gatsby just constantly quarreling with one another down in the bottom lane. Just Reyna throws up her shield, Mianhe throws down the tentacles.
All of bot lane decides to go back. Oh, Captain Romantic decides to stay.
They just don't want to see me. I keep the change.
Rapier eats the Tidal Prison and the Feeding Frenzy, taken down to about half health there.
I fear we've overlooked someone.
Salus is up in the top, but Dalnu just finished taking his power buff, so it's going to be a sad turtle.
You hear that? Me neither.
But now an engage up there. Shivy uses Voidbreaker through the wall. Turtle's caught out. Shivy will pick up the kill. So Dalnu took the buff, and then as Turtle went to clear the leftover fish minions, the rest of Based rotated up top as well. And that's the synergy that I was talking about putting 3 Based boys on the same
I think we
team.
lost track of something.
Yane and Crucial Master G doing all the harass they can underneath that binding. Zalgus and King of Masks are pretty good at poking underneath the binding. They both have very long range. King of Masks using Flourish to close any gaps needed, and Zalgus just has a great amount of range just on his abilities to begin with. So
Did someone die and I missed it? I'll be over there.
Also, like that captivate, that Q on King of Masks is just so much easier now that it just goes to full duration, just to get it right under that binding.
it's just a lot smoother, those animations. You can see it firsthand right there. Gatsby eating the empowered Captivate, eating the final chapter, but walking away.
Take their life.
Uh-oh, Wrath of Heaven comes down. Crucial Master G gets caught out by Turtle. Now Dawnlu is here. Can Captain Romantic live? He blinks over the empowered Captivate. A nice blink by him. But now Turtle is caught on his own. Dawnlu beating away with him on Mara.
Withdraw.
But that will be it for that skirmish.
Prime Knight taking full advantage of that and pushing up, making sure that he can get all that. What? Or he's going to come down and rotate.
Diving onto Turtle maybe, but choosing wisely to back off. He was still a little too healthy for a dive that aggressive, especially with two tacticians.
Hound them.
He's going back buying, make sure that they've got the items get a little bit healthier. Spirit side, we see that Prime Knight already has, both Prime Knight and Shivy both have their ambition, although Shivy does have a clarity over on Prime Knight. Got a lot of tier 1 items in here.
The stars are right.
Yeah, 3 aggressions on the Mortal side too, so they're building the damage in the early part of the game here, looking for that mid-game spike.
He withdrew.
Prosperity coming out on Rapier X, which is going to help make him a lot tankier so that he can sit in and
Ghosty
get those
caught out by Salus with a nice ultimate. Voidbreaker is used, but it's at very close range, so it's not going to get through. There's the final payment from Mikella. Got to pick up Amaranth. And now Shivy and Mikella going at it, but Turtle is lurking. Got to be careful not to get hit with the Judgment. Ooh, Shivy just out of range of it.
No secrets. It's all
I shall be there presently. Aren't there more of them?
Rapier X hoping for some fishy business in that bush.
Maybe just looking to open up with an avalanche if he can time it right. I mean, oh man, go for it. Oh, Shivy now smells it, so I think he's aware. He knows something's up.
It's all so simple.
Went ahead and put some damage on Shivy. Didn't get as much as they would have wanted. Ghosty coming back up to help Shivy out.
Look out!
The Wrath of Heaven misses its mark, so does the finale. Get a good look at them teeth, though.
I need to make something up.
An Enemies hiding.
I know your fate.
Ooh. Oh, the final chapter not gonna be enough. If he was level 11, it would have been. But Captain Romantic survives by the skin of his teeth.
Send them to dust.
Both players definitely aware of where the junglers are at in that top lane.
They're in your mind.
Pay attention.
Turtle was lurking, and people seem to be converging on the middle of the map. Donlu may be chasing Mikella out top lane, but now he is going to come down
attention.
and hide in the bush. I don't know if they saw him. Well, yeah, they pinged him. Someone knows he's there.
Come back. You're going to die.
Return on investment.
That blind ice lance into the bush, confirming that there was Donlu in the jungle.
Sneaky Donlu. Little skirmish here at the Parasite. Donlu uses his ultimate as well as Amaranth and Kenzu. The Wrath of Heaven comes down onto Ghosty. Ghosty gets taken out by the Shatter. Donlu now in the thick of it with all four people. Asherbell using Stormwall to knock him back. He's trying to take someone out, but he will drop. Now the attention changing on to Miyane. Crucial Master G comes in, throws a nice change of fate to prevent the follow-up. Miyane blinks, Prime Knight blinks, Prime Knight giving chase onto Shivy as the rest of the Spirit side chases onto Crucial Master G and Miyane. But with a good job of kiting will prevent any further deaths for the mortal side.
Shivy barely living after that final pavement from Prime Knight. Bring him dangerously low.
Shivy says calculated though. He knew.
The stars are right.
So Spirit
Fourth and
side
mid.
with a little bit of an advantage now. They're up 3 kills. Still no bindings taken down, no wells being captured, but they're the only objectives are the kills right now, and so you've got to think Spirit is in the lead.
Force of Nature is such a good ultimate. Like, it just gives Mara so many stats, and like that stun.
Yeah, the stun, the health return on auto attacks. It's just a really great ultimate for Mara. Just makes someone who's hard to kill even harder to kill.
Mm-hmm. And like you saw that as she was in that. Like, Mara was just in the middle of that team fight from the beginning to the end and didn't go down until the very end of that para segment before they started the chase.
We've lost some of them. Find me in the sun.
Ward's still just drawing out that line of scrimmage along the middle, too.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's really gotten a clear advantage on objectives. So it's just been a back and forth. Spirit side does have a bit more kills, but they haven't quite done too much with it.
The stars are right.
Most of the bindings are about half or less.
Where did the others go?
But again,
Top
we're
is-
seeing a very long lane phase, as far as Dawn Gate's considered. Usually we see bindings fall by this point. Prime Knight looking to make a play here. The Avalanche kind of misses its mark, but they're going in big onto Shivy. I think the Shatter might pick him off. No, it doesn't, but the collateral coin does. Now they're onto Ghosty, who misses his title prison, so he has to use stasis due to the wall, but he blinks back over the walls and survives the final payment. So nice job of Ghosty to survive there.
Crucial Master G got a big power spike like after he completed that destruction, and then he was going into that, got that energy to give a little bit of extra more damage. As you can see, Cat Romantic also having that destruction, but a little bit more haste with that freedom.
I shall illuminate you.
Turtle looking to make a play underneath the binding, but that is an aggressive dive. He gets chained underneath, eats the laser, but the finale only gets Gatsby. Turtle survives, so a nice job of preventing the gank with a really good snare underneath the binding to stop that in its tracks.
Regroup.
Ghosty lurking on the outskirts, but here comes Dawnlu in from the side, gets a stun on Romantic, who uses Dispel. Gatsby tries to knock him back, repelling strike, uses Wisdom's Reach. Dawnlu's locked down underneath the binding. Gatsby eats a Voidbreaker and the Wrath of Heaven. Is he going to live? He will live. Dawnlu also will live. Shivy gets locked down under the binding thanks to Duress. Now, are they going to focus onto the binding? Yeah, please. It's so low. There's no need to continue diving.
Spirit binding has been
Now Rapier, a little caught out from the safety of his binding, forced to blink away.
The Spirit team has captured a well.
Sea Turtle barely missing that tidal prison.
All so simple.
Prime Knight's still sitting up top lane, just pushing it out, getting what he can for it. Picked up that west spirit well. Well, Ghosty's getting back that east one.
Turtle looking to stop him, lands the judgment, goes in, gets the snare, but enough to chase Ghosty off of the binding and protect it.
Stay clear.
I'm getting overheated.
Breathe.
1 for 1 on bindings. Spirit side sitting with a little bit more as far as kills, and they're just now sitting on a third well.
Getting a little bit more of an advantage here now that we're firmly into the mid-game, past the 20-minute mark.
This is a good place.
My chance to hide.
Back.
Take a look at the items as we're a little bit lulled here. Maybe not, though. Turtle in the bush. Dawnlu to the north with Ghosty and Shivy right below. He gets the snare onto Ghosty. The avalanche comes down as well as the ultimate. Ghosty gets the Riptide up and the Voidbreaker comes in. Ghosty will drop. Salas trying to run away. Turtle might survive this, but a nice finale. Snags Prime Knight and Crucial Master G picks it up. Now Turtle on his own. The final chapter misses. Dawnlu giving chase as Gatsby, Rapier, and Romantic get here. They miss the Slipstream, land the Gale on Crucial Master G. Let's go see what's happening with Salas. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get away. He's trying. But Shivy, is he going to get the kill? He will.
Player has been slain.
Mortal side trying to close the gap in kills. Maybe look to Parasite here after that engage. That went well for them. They took out the jungler, so there will be no Vanquish steals. Does Dawnlu have his Vanquish? He does, so... Ashabel trying to throw down the artillery fire from behind, maybe looking to steal it. I've seen it before, but a nice Vanquish from Dawnlu secures the Parasite. Miane looking to go in, lands the Wither, lands the Fear Eggs on both people. Dawnlu with a nice Snapdragon. Were they going to go into Rapier as well? No.
Whatever I would have liked to see was from Rapier X was just a iceberg, like 3 icebergs right behind Captain Romantic, just cut the rest of the other team off, and that way would have secure, like at least made him live a little bit longer, if not made him live. Mortal side just picking up trying to pick up this East Spirit well again.
Ghosty getting a little caught out, uses a nice Riptide. Prime Knight's getting low, an Avalanche stops 3 people, followed up by a Wisdom's Reach. Final payment coming down onto Ghosty, but Prime Knight, using his ultimate, gets taken out by Zalgus as Shivy then throws a Voidbreaker. Crucial Master G throws another final chapter. Shivy picks up that kill. Based has it moving now, a blink chain, and they pick up Turtle under the binding, and Dawnlu is still chasing Gatsby, but he's full health. This is going to be a serious chase if they want it. He blinks away, the Bramble Crush, but they still want it. They're going deep for it, and Gatsby will not survive. The Wrath of Heaven comes down, hits the squishies, but the binding on Dawnlu, and he just tanked it all.
Spirit binding has been destroyed.
Right now, this is where we see that Mortal side just went ahead and took that kill lead back from what they had in the beginning. Ghosty looking like he's going for that west well.
Yeah, gotta recap it. It's now been opened up. Now they'll get a 3 cap for their troubles.
The mortal team has captured a well.
Return on investment.
Both teams just farming up the jungles.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the items while we have a chance here. Dawnlu, Discipline, Abolition, Balance, and Glory. Crucial Master G's got the Life, the Destruction, Freedom, Force, Chaos. Ghosty, Vigor, Destruction, Duress. Shivy, Ambition, Judgment, Fate, Vengeance. That full Michael Bay working now after the acquisition of Fate. Free Agent Mianhe with Prosperity, Aggression, and Duress. Over on the Spirit side, Prime Knight's got the Ruin, the Dominance, and the Ambition. Another Ambition on Turtle to go along with the Adamance and the Freedom. Gatsby's got the Faith and Prosperity. Romantic with Destruction, Freedom, and a Force. Rapier with Prosperity and Duress to go along with his Aggression. A lot of kills on Shivy. He has got to be the focus for the Spirit side. They've got to take him out of these fights and not allow him to continue to get stronger and continue to build those items.
What I like that Shivy is doing is that he's also opting for more of a tankier, like on hit, that Michael Bay build. Making sure that he's, like with Judgment, all that magic damage that Vengeance is doing is going to start reducing the enemy team, like the Spirit side's MR, which is going to help Crucial, Master G, Ghosty, and Miani do a lot more damage.
The Wrath of Heaven scares the mortal side off of the well. A final payment comes down. There's blitzes and a Void Breaker. Turtle is caught out in between 4 people. Dawnlu in between 2. Now Rapier looks to be the focus of the top half of the fight as Romantic blinks away. Miane throws an eggs over the wall, but the Duress snaps Rapier as he tries to escape. Dawnlu picks up another kill. He's going for more. He wants Gatsby or Romantic. I don't know where he's going to go first. Now he's onto Romantic with the rest of his team. They pick him up as well and walk out safely underneath the binding.
Dominating.
Took him a little bit longer than I expected, but now the based crew is getting it together. A lot more synergy out of them here in the mid game. They have really taken it to the Spirit side, who had a really nice start to this game. But Shivy is just getting out of control.
Has been destroyed.
I liked the choice for at least getting a core versus not getting anything else, because there were so many minions pushing on their bottom binding that they wouldn't have been able to go ahead and take that without having somebody tank it, which could have been disastrous, as Spirit side did come up pretty quick.
Mere figments.
Return on
Mere figments.
Mortal side kind of poising around, trying to see what's a good place to go ahead and try and finish this up with. Spirit side needs to...
Oh, the Void Breaker comes out, and there is the ultimate from Salus. The Wrath of Heaven comes down. Turtle is caught out. He is going to drop. Mortal side is continuing to snowball their advantage here in mid-game, and now they're going to look to take that bottom binding as well.
The Spirit player has been slain.
3 members dead of Spirit side. Mortal side going in for that laser core.
We're all connected.
There's a skirmish now in the base as Spirit continues to fall one by one. They are now taking out the cores on the Death Laser, working around. They're just going to systematically pick these cores off one by one and look to take out the Guardian before Spirit can really get a hold on this game. It has really spiraled out of control in the last 5 minutes. everything with friends Miyane and Crucial Master G.
Player has been shut down.
Ghosty gets killed
Mortal
somehow.
player
I don't know.
has
I
been
missed that.
executed.
The scatter
Guardian
shot take him
scatter
out?
Shot. Yeah. The scatter shot went out, and Ghosty tried to wave ride out of it, but ended up landing right into another one.
So now, with a big Vim advantage, they all go back to shop, and they're going to be picking up a lot of items here. As you can see, now we've got 2 Duresses up on the Mortal side. Momentum's coming out. Kenzu's got his finesse, or Dolnu has Betrayal and Finesse and Equilibrium. Divinities as well on Ghosty and Crucial Master G. Yeah, Spirit side's going to have to make some big plays to come back in this game. They're going to have to steal a Parasite or something. That could swing the tide in their favor, but you gotta... They're not... Base isn't going to let them just do it, though.
Shivy opting for that Finesse. Still sitting on about 1,500. Just waiting to get that to pick up another tier 2 item. The final chapter coming out of Crucial
Having a bit of
Master G.
fun.
Trying to hit that Parasite. It's working out real well. Shivy picking up an Abolition. Sitting on 5 items is gonna be pretty deadly.
Stay clear.
Words have gone up on Para. Mortal's gonna see if they can burn that down.
Yeah, they're starting, because Mikella showed at the North Spirit Well, so they know if Spirit tries to contest, they can only contest with 4 people. The Wrath of Heaven comes down from Ash of Bell, but Mortal side takes the Parasite without much contention, and the Voidbreaker goes in on Romantic. He uses the spell. He's trying to run away from Shivy, but Shivy is so big. Throw of the Hunt, and another auto attack will finish him. Mortal now with the Parasite, and Spirit with a man down. Mortal's going to look to take this game here as we transfer into the 30 minutes.
Spirit binding has been destroyed.
So systematically getting that binding the next core to the next core. Still have quite a long time before the cores do, in fact, respawn.
Now trying to put damage onto the Guardian, but Donlu blinks in. The Avalanche comes down from Sakari, the Riptide from Ghosty, the ult from Salas. Rapier is going to drop first. Shivy uses a nice throw of the Hunt to reposition to take out Salas. Prime Knight falls. Is it going to be the Annihilation? They do. They get all 5 for none and take the Guardian in style. GG.
The Mortal team is victorious. A Mortal player is miraculous.
Nice way to finish that game with an exclamation point.
Showing all that excitement
That's right.
in the form of punctuation.
That's right.
Yanni,
I think I've got time for one more game. I don't know. You have to go at 8, though, right? Do you think we have time for another?
If it goes...
I mean, if you have to leave during it, it's fine.
Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead and do it, and then I'll leave
Yeah.
when I need to. Oh, man, that real life stuff.
It's terrible. Real life is awful. Stopping me from doing the things I want to do. All right. As we wait for the game to populate. Let's see who's around for this one. I think Dolnu said he was done. See if Ghosty wants, see if Crucial Master G wants back in.
Oh, rolling restarts.
Uh-oh.
I don't think that's... I think it's after we play a game.
Yeah.
Let's cross our fingers and hope not to die.
Yeah. One more, and we will be good to go. It doesn't give us a scheduled time, though, Paper Crane.
It just says it.
It just says, we will be performing. I don't know when that is. I need more certainty in my life.
Why can't you be more specific, Waystone? All this
Rah.
soon TM? I don't know what that means. Give me a date. At least let me know so I can get prettied up.
Hellman Beastio is going to be coming. And he will be our last member, and then we can get going. Where is he? So what do you think so far, Jimber? These are pretty fun, right? You like doing this?
Dude, I like doing this a lot. Dude, I like doing it. It may or may not be because it's with you, because we can still be our frenemies.
No, that's right. I mean, we never get on the same team in solo queue ever. That is true.
Ever. Stream. Every time I queue, it's always me on one side, twerp on the other. And like with these in-houses, it's me on one side, twerp on the other. But we're coming together to give you the shoutcast. Ugh. Never on the same team. We were in queue like twice on the same team, and then someone dodged.
Yeah,
So I'm
always
like,
the dodges.
No, dodge gate. Why?
All right, Beastio's back. We're getting him in here. All right, let's pick some teams. I think your pick.
I will go with McScrag.
Ah, the Scraggles. I will take. I'm gonna take Beastio.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Crisis.
All right. I will take Gatsby.
I'll go ahead and take. Let me go ahead and pick up. I'll pick up Captain Romantic.
All right. I'll take Crucial.
I'm gonna pick up Freezy,
All right. I'll take Mianhe.
and then I'll take Rapier X.
And I'll take Toddler. Here we go. Last game of the day. Make it count.
Do not disappoint.
Do not disappoint us. All right. I'm going to grab a
Scrag.
drink while everyone picks teams. I'll be right back.
Yep. Ooh. Hellman Beastio locking in that Flynn and Sergeant Buttersworth. So good. McScrag locking in that Moya. Freezy picking up that Varian. Ugly Toddler locking in that that Ferris. For Mortal Team, it looks like we've got Scrag playing Moya, Crisis playing Zalgus, Freezy playing Varian, Captain Romantic playing Basco, Rapier playing Zeri, and then Spirit side we've got Crucial Master G playing Kensu, Ugly Toddler on Ferris, Hellman Beastio as Flynn and Sergeant
All right. Interesting. Scrag's been casting a lot of these in-houses with me. Hasn't had a chance to play in a whole lot of them, so it's going to be fun to see him and his Moya and what they can accomplish here on the battlefield.
I really like the double AD pick with Flynn and Sergeant Buttersworth, because Sergeant Buttersworth's field ration is the highest armor shred in the game. Like it is single target, but it does 35% of their armor, just straight up.
Could have used that in that game against Nicken earlier, huh?
Right.
When he had all that armor on Basco.
Whew.
There we
The
go.
Dawn Gate opens.
Go!
Team's coming right out of the gate. Scrag doing a good job of just buying it and leaving. We got the same items as usual. 3 lives, armor on the jungles, and the ADs having their hunger.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
No.
Quick to the bush, our Gatsby and Toddler. Getting a little bit of auto-harass onto Crisis. Crucial Master G suffering the same fate.
Dropping down 2/3.
Go!
Preempting a back, which is fine because minions haven't spawned just yet.
Minions have spawned.
Opting with the Zalgas Zeri for that MR shred. Chain, paintball, silence. Oof. Gonna be doing a lot of damage down there.
Cover me.
Go!
Scrag gonna start at his armor buff. You don't see a whole lot of that. See a lot of the focus on the power buff, so maybe he's looking to just stick on the top side of the map here, take this armor, and then try and steal the power buff. It's gonna be tough for him to take the power without getting spotted out by that ward up by Money Pigs. You have to see which route he chooses to go.
Sergeant Buttersworth heading down towards his power. Looks
Yeah.
like both junglers
They might
gonna
just
trade
trade.
that. And both sides have their own power buffs warded, so they know what's going on. There's no surprise there. Ping's going out onto McScrag. Not much that Gatsby and Master G could do about that. Cat Romantic doing a good job
What?
of zoning them.
That looks so weird. He did onslaught, but it didn't do anything.
Well, the hitbox went right behind him.
Stupid tiny
Like-
Mina.
Whoa. Who told Basco, who didn't tell Basco that the doll was actually a shaper?
It's kind of funny to actually see Mina and Faris in a game, but not in the same lane together. So that's something different. Beastio getting a little caught out trying to steal some fishies.
I'm gonna make I love that MR shred little thing, like that they put in just in this recent patch.
Yeah, the new particle effect for it.
It's so nice. It's just like, oh, he is armor shredded now. Cool. I don't have to like look for paint drips. I mean, it wasn't a big deal because I play a lot of Zeri, but Toddler and Yanni going pretty aggressive. One of the bonuses about having Tess was such a short cooldown on that Q. On that bombshell. Zalgas doesn't really start getting his wave clear until he puts a few more points into that E.
That seems like an unfair matchup, though. Someone throwing paintballs versus someone throwing bombshells and bullets as Flynn engages onto Captain Romantic. I don't think they're going to go too further underneath that binding yet. Uh-oh, Scrag catching Miane out, who was trying to rotate. Nice job of Scrag to pick up first blood.
little bit of a disconnect as McScrag didn't really want to, like, didn't follow up
Doing it all wrong.
with Captain Romantic. He didn't really know what was going on there. But Scrag
Nice
going
awareness,
against
yeah.
someone.
Like, you know, in these games, you see that we've seen the early test roams in these games so far, and it's, you know, I don't know if Scrag predicted it or not, but, you know, the Miane saw the gank happening, wanted to go support best he could, and in the process gets caught out by Scrag and feeds first blood.
putting a level lead onto McScrag as far as the junglers go.
Escape.
Captain Romantic using second cast of Onslaught to go back in. I love these lane Bascos, man. I really think this is a thing that more people should be doing.
It looks fun. I want to try it.
We'll see if he elects to go the Nicken route with just going super heavy into the armor investment, but being against a Mina lane, you might want to get a little bit of magic damage, because Mina does do a bit, but she's more about enhancing the damage of her lane partner. So even if you get a whole bunch of mitigation, she's going to shred a lot of it with her abilities. So got to be mindful of that when you are building in a Mina lane. Sometimes it's better to just get that health, because you can't mitigate health unless you get percentage health items or do percentage health damage. But
Oh, so now the new client's out.
so we're this is good timing for our final game. Ooh, Crisis gets engaged on a little bit. Nice harass from Toddler.
It's gonna be a little hard for Crisis on Zalgas to do anything about it.
Scrag, Scrag has friends. Beastio's the one who is in trouble. And here come Crucial Master G and Gatsby. Now maybe the fight turning in the favor of Spirit's side. Captain Romantic still giving chase. There's the onslaught, the second cast, but Miane with a good rotate this time. He's here to join the fray. Can they pick up Romantic? They do, but Scrag picks up a kill of his own.
A spirit player has been slain.
So it could have been a lot worse. They trade 1 for 1.
I would have loved to see Scrag level up that landfall a little bit quicker, and so he could pick up that Mina and just drop him over by the binding. Because McScrag did level up during that fight after Kensu went down.
Uh-oh, Rapier in trouble underneath that. But I think Toddler might have been able to stay there. Rapier not level 6. He couldn't Prismatic Vortex. He really had nothing to... there was nothing he could really do there, but Toddler, not wanting to feed under the binding, decides against it. Just going to continue to farm.
Let's fly.
Freezy coming back with that ambition.
Seconds to notice.
First real big item coming out from either side of the team. Miani sitting on a Pride.
My man.
Gatsby sitting on that Purity. Crucial Master G is sitting on a Desire, so he's not quite... He's not going to be able to trade well with Freezy in just a one-on-one. Cat Romantic picking up that form, kind of getting a little bit tankier, but still having a bit of power.
Rapier's got to be trouble here. He is far away from home, and Crisis can't provide too much support. But he looks like he might have put enough distance between him and the enemy. But Scrag is here, so let's see if he sticks around and maybe baits him into an over-aggressive play, which Scrag can capitalize on. They go in onto Crisis, but he does not have the escape anymore. Can Scrag get the landfall? He does. There's the log because he's a ninja. But the follow-up, the final chapter, will do it. Scrag is on a killing spree.
One of the cool things about this game, and also just one of the weirder things, is that there's so much pressure just on the junglers to perform well. Because like if they start getting behind, it's a lot of pressure lost for those lanes. And it's really interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, the junglers are just super important in the early stages of these games, just because they're the ones who are mobile. Everyone else is just hanging out in their lanes, and all these players are good players. They're not just going to give away free kills without like a big mistake one way or the other. So the junglers are usually the things that tip the scales in one person's favor or another, and it is very crucial, like you're saying, for them to be relevant in the game at all times. You see Scrag doing a great job of it. He's got all 3 kills for the Mortal side. Beastio doing what he can. He's only got 1 assist so far, but admittedly Flynn is a little bit slower out of the gate when compared to Moya. The kill potential for Moya just is out of this world with the ability for her to use landfall and reposition the enemy for her team.
Where could the rest have gone?
Oh man, Beastio kind of sitting bot. He's going back over, try and pick up his Ugger camp. Grab that armor buff.
Overlooked someone.
What I really like is I like Toddler's ward, because he warded that little passageway that gets both the narrow pass above haste as well as anything from haste and the lane itself.
Hey!
And so that just gives you a whole lot of vision, as well as like having that vision forward means you can continuously push out.
We're all connected.
Would have liked to see for that other bottom ward was if it were either on that power buff or if it was a little bit further into that lane brush. The one on the side in between tier 1 and tier 2 binding. Just so that they have their line of scrimmage up a little bit more, so they can see what's going on. Although that is a very good ward, because it does see.
Todd's really starting to chunk people now. Oh, there's the landfall. It scoops up Mina as well. 2 for 1 on that scoop. Crucial Master G will fall. Freezy picks up the kill.
Voidbreaker being used at the last.
2 scoops. Call McScrag Raisin Bran.
A spirit binding has been destroyed.
Mortal gets the top spirit binding as Spirit works on the bottom binding. They don't quite get it on this round.
Mortal's doing a great job of keeping up this like objective pressure. Like they have a couple kills ahead, but they keep doing a whole lot to it. Whereas all you saw was that the Southwell got harassed out,
Has slain the parasite.
and then Mortal had a chance to go take that top binding and take Para.
I know your fate.
Although that bottom binding is a fly sneeze away from dropping down.
Yeah, I don't think Mortal's going to be able to hold off this advance from Spirit. That bottom binding is sure to fall.
Zalgus's access memory is just so good at wave clearing, as well as the melee form for that harass. It actually does more damage overall to the minions if they sit in the range form over the whole duration. Whereas it's nice to be able to just clear the waves out.
Clear 'em one
with the
fell swoop.
If you have a really large wave, it's better to use that range form, because it'll just do a whole lot of damage to the whole group. Whereas if you have a smaller one, it's a lot easier to take care of them from pushing, which is nice. Looking like we got a few items coming out here and there. Gatsby busting out that pestilence on Mina. McScrag sitting on an ambition and an abolition, as well as a few tier 1 items. Crisis sitting with his destruction. Freezy still sitting on the ambition, still got a force to go with it. Probably gonna go into a pain, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a duress dominance.
Oh,
Finest hour.
Finest hour, the blink in order to proc it. Now McScrag is there, scoops up Toddler. Gatsby is wondering where his buddy went. The heavy iron comes out from Test. The Voidbreaker hits Scrag as well as the Final Protocol, but a nice prismatic vortex saves him. Beastio is still giving chase, throws down the thrilling heroics, and in a thrilling A thrilling kill for Flynn. Crucial Master G blinks in onto Rapier. Oh no, the binding's gonna finish him off, but the kill shot will land. A simultaneous death.
Has been slain.
As we see, Freezy's just will trade that binding 1 for 1. It was a little unfortunate that it was a 3 for 2 as far as mortal sides go. Spirit side's doing a great job of that. They found a good opening and then capitalized on that.
Yeah, the fight was a little sloppy, but you know they got what they wanted out of it. They got the kills and they got the binding. Importantly, they got a shutdown onto Scrag, so someone got a lot of money for that. So it's funny, if you scoop someone while Mina is in them, Mina stays there like nothing happened. But if you scoop them as she uses Key to the Heart, she will go up with the Shaper. And I've never seen that before, so I don't know if that's intended, but it's interesting nonetheless.
I think it makes sense because so Moya's landfall is only bringing that one character up. So there's no real hey, where's Mina? Mina's in this floaty state of Heart of the Key, or whereas if you scoop somebody up while she's doing it, she's going to where that Shaper is. So if they're in the air, she's going to jump up to the air instead.
Yeah.
It's still really weird to see.
No secrets.
Got some folks missing here.
Redeploy forward.
Spirit once again has the numbers as Freezy just continues to farm up top. Are they going to get this engage here? They're going in. There's no binding there. Oh, I think Mina could have jumped off. They could have made something happen, but the focus is down onto the bottom on the Scrag and Romantic. The Heavy Iron comes down. Final chapter, a Void Breaker, the Prismatic Vortex. The Final Protocol picks up the kill on Romantic. And, oh, I missed who blinked over there because the camera wants to see us chase Scrag. We go down. Miyane walks into a Great Rift and falls. Crisis eats a melee access memory. He falls. Toddler's got 2 kills now. The Chaos Shell comes down. It's ticking away as McScrag is getting chased down by Flynn. Freezy blinks over the wall, but he's going to run into the wrong group of people, and he eats a kill shot, and Beastio picks up the kill with a field ration bite.
That was a brilliant catch by Elman Beastio. He landed that thrilling heroic just right to caught both Gatsby or McScrag and Captain Romantic. Yeah. And while Moya had all that, has all that mobility, she can still get out. Basco's has a lot of mobility, but he's a little bit more limited.
They chained the CC nicely onto him. The Void Breaker came in. There was just so many abilities flying that.
Looks like it's a free Parasite.
They should be able to get this no problem.
Moya's taking that north well.
Yeah, content on just taking the well. A good trade. I mean, if you're not going to stop it, but Tess doesn't get there in time.
The Spirit team has slain the Parasite.
You see the tide's turning a little bit towards Spirit side's favor, just because getting to that point where all they want to do is team fight, and the Finest Hour is a fantastic ult, especially when you combine it with a Tailwind. Your whole team gets so much move speed, and you can just engage on a target. As well as with the field rations, we'll just shred them down.
It'll last longer.
So still pretty even here. We're even on Spirit Wells, Spirit side with a couple more kills, but relatively even game so far here as we're transitioning into the mid-game. Uh-oh, Toddler's got Freezy out on his own. There's the Final Protocol, but Freezy's got the safety of his binding, so he'll be okay. But that was quite a bit of damage. Toddler is getting quite big at 4-1-4 with that Destruction and Conquest.
Freezy working on that Ruin, 3rd item.
No secrets.
Almost got it.
Hold! Make a line.
Still needs
Look out!
about 800 more Vim. And then he'll be laying on the hurt. As you can see, Crucial Master G decided to forego that pain and got that ruin first. I'm a little curious what he's going to be building with clarity. If he's just going to get a duress, or if it's going to be fate.
Flynn trying to split push out the bottom lane. They're gonna have to send somebody down there to deal with him. Oh, Moya with the blink scoop. Will they counter? No, the blink comes down in the final chapter, misses, but Crucial Master G still falls. They used a lot of ultimates. Basco with the recast. They focused on Miane. Now a late tailwind. Are they going to continue on to Toddler and Gatsby? Here we go. Key to the Heart goes in, is going to get them to safety as well as a tailwind. So
Onslaught just barely missing, allowing Ferris and Mina to escape.
Get that one.
Collapsing on Elman Bistio. Deciding to opt for objectives rather than to try and put a little bit of effort onto that tank.
The mortal team has captured a well.
Mortal side doing a good job of keeping that Vim even, especially when they started to drop by a little behind.
I will be there.
I really like the way that Tess's hover bike just kind of putters around. Like,
it's nice. The subtle effects in this game are one of the reasons I like it so much. And on these abilities, you see them on some of the skins. I mean, everything just looks so fluid and smooth. It's just, you can really tell this is like the second generation MOBA.
like, this is definitely a work of art, like, in my opinion, because like everything's just so like well made too.
Yeah, they keep adding those little details to the map and stuff with each of the, you know, every once in a while in these updates, and it's awesome to see.
Like the
when you get the specs all turned up, it's a pretty game, and there are, even though it's tough to follow sometimes because there's so many effects going on at once, especially if you get a Vengeance Fate Vex in the game. Everything, the world just burns while team fights happen.
Crash people?
It did. Oh man, McScrag is all alone. He gets the scoop. He needs friends, but Freezy isn't going to help him too much. Scrag's going to drop. Now Toddler going to pick up Freezy, and that was a poor engage there. But Mortal's going to push out bottom, and I guess Flynn's going to try and stop him.
Trade bindings again.
Yeah.
Sending Gatsby out to grab that west well. Always a good idea to send one of your supports out. Typically the one that doesn't need to be there, doesn't do too many auto attacks. Or if you have somebody like Mara who needs to
They're going to stay
get
on
those
this
stacks.
Bistio? Looks like they're trying to. There's the shred. Wow, the MR shred really proving. Oh no, the finest hour gives him enough move speed to get out of dodge, and he's still running. Zeri with the blink though picks up the kill.
Link direct.
Oh no, that's a bad laser.
That
All right,
duress
so
is
now,
helping her out so much.
yeah, duress was a big help there. Now they're going to look to try and push this binding down as Spirit tries to recall. Maybe they change focus and go towards the Parasite. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this binding in time. Ooh, maybe it's going to be close. Toddler's going to go in and try and stop it, though. Don't commit, Crisis. Don't commit. Poor job of committing.
Everyone's going in on this.
And now they might lose Parasite because of that, because Rapier is surely going to fall. Oh no, the anchor is off, but the duress is not. And Rapier is going to fall. Toddler picks up another kill.
Elman Bistio still up in 5 seconds. If they do try and start this, if they get it low enough, McScrag could go ahead and steal it.
Look out!
He's stolen a few Parasites in his day.
Losers.
Both Vanquishes are up.
Uh-oh, Scrag caught out again. The Void Breaker, the final protocol, the death.
This is a free para for Spirit side. Ugly Toddler opting to push out a little bit, while the rest of his team goes out and finishes up.
The Spirit Team has slain the parasite.
Takes the parasite with little trouble there.
Boy forward, Sergeant.
This here.
We're looking at 2 duresses on Spirit side. Both Mina and Myeonhee do have the duress. That double duress is pretty nasty. Just being able to lock down any opponent for a good amount of time.
The Spirit Team has captured a well.
Crucial Master G is a fate up on Freezy, so that's gonna matter in those team fights too if they're just sustained for too long and if both of them don't get blown up. That's my I need to go to work.
Uh-oh.
thing.
Well, thanks,
Oh,
Jimber,
man.
for hanging out with us and helping me out with the casting. I will take the reins from here. You enjoy work, and we'll do this again sometime, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem, man.
I'd like to do this more.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta get going. I'm leaving.
All right. Later, Jimber. So now it's just me, bozos. You've got no more friends but twerp.
The Spirit Team has captured a well.
Spirit side looking to pressure the bottom binding here. Flynn uses finest hour. Thrilling Heroics misses the mark. He's going to get the knockup on Basco, get the knockup on Zalgus. The anchor comes in afterward. Now Toddler is in, trying to get onto Romantic. The final chapter misses Crucial Master G, but it lands onto Beyonce, who gets scooped up by McScrag. McScrag doing more work on that back line, trying to take out Miyane. Captain Romantic coming to give help as well. Flynn trying to 2v1 Rapier and Crisis, who are going to pick him off. Romantic's going to fall. There are 2 left for either team, but Toddler is very big still and has a lot of damage. And he stasis from Crisis, negates the final protocol, but the bubble from the Guardian picks up Gatsby, who now uses Key to the Heart onto Rapier, and Toddler and Gatsby are the sole surviving members and are going to do what they can to break this base down in the in-between.
A Spirit player has been slain.
Will Flynn win an in-house?
Annihilated.
I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Hey, get back here.
Scrag a little out in front. Same with Miyane. He doesn't have any friends there. He can't let them know. He's going to try and sneakily recall in this bush here. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. They don't seem to know he's there. McScrag trying to take this well as Crisis hides in the bush in case someone tries to stop him.
The Mortal Team has
You get the
captured a
well. So, Mortal side with control of the north half Spirit Wells.
See you, losers.
Still anybody's game. We're getting late enough into it. We're starting to transition into the late game. And the death respawn timers are getting kind of long here. So, you know, Spirit side in control right now, but one bad team fight could tip the scales into Mortal's favor, so...
Open your heart.
What are you guys linking?
Bastards.
Not a whole lot of action. I think people are just kind of biding their time, waiting for Parasite, and there it is. It's respawn. Spirit has the positioning on it as 3 Immortal members are trying to capture a well. 30 minutes.